welcome to Good Games Spawn Point, the show for younger gamers by gamers. I'm Bajo, and I'm coming to you direct from Los Angeles at the Electronic Entertainment Expo, otherwise known as E3. It's an event which happens every year where all the game makers get to come together and talk about their games, and we get to have a look and play test some of them and tell you all about it. So I think we should get straight into it right now. Come on, Darren.
Bajo, I'm detecting thousands of video games ahead, and also thousands of noobs.
You behave yourself, or there'll be trouble.
Don't worry, Bajo. I'll be on my very best behavior. Get out of my way, Bajo. I have work to do.
We all know the Wii has motion control, but now PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 both have it as well. Let's have a look at just how they're doing it and whether it works.
So there's three big pieces to the technology. First one is our full body tracking. So, anything you do with your body, your character's instantly gonna do it in game. And I don't know if you've ever seen those toys where you've got like 1,000 metal pins and you put your hand into it and it gives you like a 3D look of your hand. And that's what the sensor does for the entire room. And so then we can see out of everything in the room, what is the person playing, and then use their motions to control things inside the game. We've also got all of our great voice technology. So it's got a nice microphone in the sensor that will allow you to talk to characters in game.
Get up. Hey, pants.
Control movies with no remote control. You can just say, hey, Xbox, play movie. Now all of a sudden you're actually interacting with these experiences in a way that's very natural with your body, with your voice, just like you do with people in the real world. The third thing for sure is our Kinect recognition system. When you walk in front of the sensor, automatically sign you into Xbox Live because it knows who you are.
So I've just come out of playing a bunch of the Kinect games, and when I originally saw it, it definitely, you could see a video delay, but when I was playing it, it wasn't there. It was actually very intuitive, and I was finding myself kicking and moving things without even thinking about it. So it's quite impressive technology. The ball game didn't really do it for me, though. I couldn't quite get that one working. But when I look back at the pictures of playing the racing game, I was having a great time. And when I came out, I was kind of pumped and happy. So yeah, there's obviously still some tweaking to be done, but it's looking pretty interesting.
For me personally, I don't want to play football using Kinect. I want to play football. I'll go out and play football. The reason why I play computer games is because I'm physically not at my peak, shall we say. But I can see loads of really good ideas. An interesting thing would be to do something using sign language or something like that, or if it's actually looking at your facial expression and using that, and your ability to lie is being read by the Kinect, that could be cool. That could be really cool. But as for like jumping around, I'm really not going to buy into that, I'm afraid.
Happy Prospector.
The PlayStation Move has buttons, which are critical to precision. Now, buttons allow you to have more control over the game and quite simply, again, get the most out of your gaming experience, whether you're a core gamer or a casual gamer. And we're really not trying to stir the pot here, but we think it's an important distinction and a unique advantage to our technology.
The Move is a fantastic piece of kit which relies on gyros inbuilt into the controller themselves, so you can register rotation, the say pitch strength of a punch, etc. But it also utilizes the PlayStation Eye camera, so we're able to track a person in 3D space.
All right, let's shake this thing up. Who knows how long it's been sitting there?
It's opened up design. It's basically allowed us to think about incorporating the player into, say, a narrative in really, really new directions that we were unable to with the DualShock controller. So it's going to be a game changer for us because we're finally on board now with motion control. Within the next year, you're going to see the fruits of our labor.
So the Move is pretty much what we expected. The games we were able to play test were nothing we hadn't really seen on the Wii already. But the game demos that Sony showed us in the conference were definitely more geared towards the hardcore, so I think we'll just have to wait and see what the lineup is at launch.
I owned a Power Glove when I was little. You know, I tried all the, you know, right, everything that, that came out before that tried motion gaming. It's really tricky. I think it needs to be the right game and kind of understanding what makes it fun, because I think in general, it's a great opportunity to try really cool new things and make it that much more immersive and visceral. So yeah, I mean, I think it's really exciting to explore that, absolutely.
It'll be interesting to see how these two new motion control systems impact upon the gaming landscape. Sony promised to have something for the core gamers, while Microsoft seemed more wholly focused on the family market. But it's still early days for both Move and Kinect. Personally, I'd like to see Kinect augment the controller-based games we already have, and see Move do more than just mimic the Wiimote. At the very least, gamers are in for something new.
Ah, E3. So much noise and light and excitement. Oh look, there's Shiggy. I hope he didn't find out how I hacked his computer. But wait, my noob detector's tingling. There are also many noobs here. I'll have to charge my laser in anticipation of their destruction.
Hi, Darren. You're my favorite robot.
Oh, thank you. You're not so bad yourself. For a human. Are there any robots in your game? And if not, why not?
Are there robots in our game? Yeah, they're drones, but they're kind of small. And Spider-Man can use them in the future to send them on enemies.
Why didn't you ask me to be in your game? Clearly, I'm the best gaming robot on the planet.
Well, it's just you were not available at the time when we made the decision. You know, you're quite a popular robot, so we didn't have time. I know you're busy. We didn't want to bother you.
If you could take any video game into outer space, what would you take?
Any game. I think I would go with the Wipeout series. I'm a big fan of that series, and you know, Wipeout Pure, Wipeout HD, all that. That would be awesome.
Do you have any tips for the Spawn Point noobs? I mean, viewers.
In our game, we have what we call the defensive stance. What's interesting is when you're pressing that button, you can pretty much dodge any incoming attack at you.
Wait. My noob detector is tingling. You are a noob. Firing my laser. Firing my laser. Ah, E3. So many noobs.
Did we have any choice in being here today? Ooh.
Are there any robots in your game? And if not, why not?
There are robots in our games. Actually, one of the stars of My Sims is a robot. And we have an entire game about robots this year called Spare Parts, which is on XBLA and PSN, where you go into a world of robots and you can play a robot with a robot friend, and you get to do battle throughout the entire game.
Why didn't you ask me to be in your game? Clearly, I'm the best gaming robot on the planet.
We really couldn't get the rights. It's difficult to afford you.
I have determined you to be a noob. Firing my laser.
Stupid robot. I don't know where Darren is, but I'm sure he's getting into all sorts of mischief. Anyway, one of the cool things about walking around the floor here at E3 is you get to look at all the new games and play some of them, and also talk to the games makers, the people who actually build them, and ask them why they did what they did. Let's check some of them out.
Super Scribblenauts Maxwell is still collecting the star rights. Nobody actually knows why. Someday maybe we'll find out. I don't know. I don't know why he's collecting star rights. But it's important to him apparently, because he goes to great lengths to do it. So, yeah. One of the main complaints that hardcore gamers had that we want to address, because they love the title as well, was lack of D-pad controls. And so, you know, I mean, that was one of the day one things that we fixed right after shipping the game. We're like, all right, let's get this done.
And how much of a challenge has it been putting in adjectives?
A big challenge, but it's really fun. Adjectives are awesome, right? So with adjectives, you can literally string along anything you want. That's the purpose of it. Some guy was riding a kinetic whale, or no, not a telekinetic whale, And so he was on the whale, and the whale's like flying, and then there's like these spoons and stuff, and so the spoons are like floating in air, because like the telekinetic whale is like, I don't know, making them float, and so Maxwell's on it. It was like, I'm like, what the heck? All right. That's really cool. Like, I love that. Like I made the game, and still it's like really weird, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what's gonna happen necessarily, so.
Sonic Colors builds upon the successful daytime gameplay seen in Sonic Unleashed and adds in new powers. Sonic absorbs these energy wisps into his body to produce color powers. For example, when Sonic absorbs the cyan laser, he shoots off instantaneously across the level, destroying enemies, and the yellow drill power will allow him to drill underground.
The key idea with Little Big Planet 2 is we want to allow the players to create full games. So it's a platform of games, and what we've done, we've brought in a whole new load of tools to allow players to do that. With the new tools like the Direct Control, having the ability to completely rewire the DualShock, combined with the kind of new electronics tools and the new cutscene cameras and the new camera modes, you can completely change the perspective of the game. So you could kind of flip the level on its side and kind of look down from a side view. You could create top-down RTS games, for example, or like top-down Rambo adventure games. We've put a lot of effort into improving the share aspect of Little Big Planet. So we've got streams in the game now, so you can see exactly what your friends are doing in a kind of newsfeed style. And we've also got a new web portal. So every level in the community will have its own web page on the web where you can see all the statistics and breakdown of content of that level. And then you can kind of add that to your playlist and your queue. So when you get home in the evening, you can then play through a whole list of levels which you might have kind of discovered on your lunch break at work.
The big feedback that we had, I think, were people wanted to be more creative. They felt as though, right, we've got the basics now, we know what the turntable does, we know how to remix a record. We want to be doing that for ourselves. We've fully note-tracked all of the songs in DJ Hero 2, so you can sing along with the music. So it kind of makes it really interesting, really challenging. It's an unusual remix of songs that you're familiar with. Some people that are brand new to the franchise, some music that we've been able to include are people like Lady Gaga, Rihanna, Kanye West, Dr. Dre. You know, it's been fantastic to work with that material. And we've got a whole host of new DJs that are going to be part of the game. But also something that's really cool for us is that they're creating original music that's going to get into DJ Hero 2.
It's worrying. So many of these games seem to be for noobs. Are there any robots in your game? And if not, why not?
There are, in fact, robots in Disney Epic Mickey. And if you look at our demo, you will see some of them. We call them Beetleworks. And I don't want to talk too much about them, but if you look at them carefully, you might see that even they, or parts of them, are inspired by Disney archive stuff.
If you were a video game character, which one would you be? And why?
It'd probably be Link, just because, I mean, you know, the Zelda games are just the best. So I would like to be Link. And also, it would mean I'd get to hang out with Shigeru Miyamoto a lot, which would be fun.
You are a noob. You must be destroyed. Firing my laser. Firing my laser. Firing my laser. Scanning. Scanning.
Anticipation is building. You battled through all 6 movies.
Are there any robots in your game? And if not, why not?
Well, of course, you know, it's a Star Wars game, so we don't call them robots, we call them droids. And of course, there are lots of droids in the game. I'm sure you would enjoy them and be friends with all of them.
Why aren't I in your game? I'm much cooler than R2-D2.
You know what, just send me your business card, and I will see about getting you implemented in the game as soon as possible.
What level are your gaming skills? Elite or noob?
I am elite, and I will crush you.
Noob. You're talking to me all this time, and now I can see you're a noob. Firing my laser!
Well, Darren, what did you think of E3?
It was all right, but I didn't have that much time to play the games. There were so many noobs to laser.
You know, you really shouldn't be lasering those developers. They're the ones who make the games for us.
You know how it works, Bajo. If they're a noob, I have to laser them.
Right. Race it back to the studio?
Affirmative.
Bajo out.
Darren, away!